Ho, 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 ho.
Merry Christmas. Welcome to our 8 nights of street fights. Each day leading to Christmas, Brad and I will revisit every WWE Miracle on 34th Street fight. Brad, we made it to the second one. I know you are eager to discuss John Cena versus Alberto Del Rio. This is from the year 2012. I'm not going to wait any longer. I'm going to kick it to you. I think you really love this match.
I did. I did for a lot of reasons. Not all of them good reasons. But I love that this is one of the only matches that we're actually going to look at that starts the show and ends the show. It really bookends the show, and it's a running thing throughout. The other ones, man, the Mark Henry one that we have coming up and Sandow one that we have coming up is marketed like it's the main event, but it's in the middle of the show, where this one is the main event. We have the very beginning of the show, Santa comes out and Del Rio accidentally hits him with his car. Tyler, they took Santa away on a stretcher. The EMTs were there. And then right before the match starts, it cuts to the back into a medical staff training room where they're working on Santa. And the words, Santa's been taken for a turn for the worse. And we're not sure if he's going to make it. And you hear a heartbeat in the background, and the commentary is sounding super grim. Christmas, we're not sure what's going to happen. Santa's probably going to die is basically the message that the WWE universe was putting out to the children watching. My God, they laid this on thick. And what happens? This. Poop, 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 poop. And then I see the Santa's little boots moving around, clicking to the sound of jingle bells, which is what his heart was making. This was so dumb. I loved it. And Santa was literally dying. I was cackling, going, Jesus Christ, little kids are watching this thing right now. And Santa's in the back.
Era, yes.
PG
2012.
Era. Santa is literally dying because a wrestler hit him with a car in front of the live television audience. This is crazy. And then when they start getting into it, at the end, Cena stops Del Rio, and you can hear him very clearly say, "This one's for Santa." Unbelievable. There was a Cena counter to Del Rio, and Del Rio got on the mic to say it's an accident. It was an accident. I didn't do it on purpose, and he kept hitting Cena with the microphone. Cena countered it and grabbed the mic, and it was like a test of strength where Cena pushed him up with the microphone and just went, Santa! And then hit him. It was so bad. It's all so stupid and over the top and glorious, and I love it. There was, remind me of Del Rio's assistant. What's his name again?
Oh, Ricardo.
Of course it was.
I think it was Ricardo Rodriguez, right?
Of course it was Ricardo. Great pie spot for Ricardo. These gifts are pointless things were great in this match. Ricardo trying to help, giving Del Rio a present. The present's totally worthless. Those spots were really fun. There was the pie, and then there was the commentary saying John is fighting for Christmas. And then there's another spot up at the top of the ramp. Del Rio gets a box, and it's a teddy bear to use as a weapon. Michael Cole on commentary, losing his mind laughing, probably because of Del Rio's facials, which were perfect in this moment. Just absolutely great. And then, of course, a bowling ball shows up. This is the first of many bowling balls, but of course, we're getting a dick shot. Bowling balls down the ramp. And then Santa comes back out toward the end of the match with a very, very familiar walk. And then he takes out Ricardo with a sack. And then what does he get? He puts on a stocking, mandible claw. Cena gets what was it originally called? The FU. And then it's the attitude adjustment.
Yep. Sorry.
So I think it was attitude adjustment at this point, but
yes.
In any case, 1, 2, 3, Santa and Cena win. The whole thing is preposterous. I have a lot of laughing emojis in my notes for this, Tyler. What did you think about all of this?
That was so thorough, man. I appreciate you for many reasons, but your thoroughness is definitely at the top. Yeah, I'll be brief. Great sell of the fire extinguisher.
That's
I think
right.
I put this giving praise to Del Rio, and Brad, you and I should say, we're talking before we clicked record on this about just how big of a presence Alberto Del Rio had in WWE, especially in the year 2012. Now, granted, if we're looking at it through 2022 lens, we know that his star has fallen off quite a bit, mostly due to his own transgressions outside of the ring. But back then, this match has become such a gimmick match over the years, but you really had arguably the two biggest names in the company, especially on the men's side, having this epic moment. So I think there's something to be said for having two of your biggest names in this really silly match. But I agree with you. The performances were so over the top. I think about the kids that were watching, and if we were to have one of them on, what would their experience? What was their experience like?
Santa died in front of them.
This could be extremely traumatic. I'm so happy you gave Ricardo a shout out. He definitely deserves it. He had a really great run in the company. And then finally, like you said, the Cena interference. I love when, I think this was Michael Cole, who said Ricardo just got sacked. When Mick Foley, aka Santa Claus, hit him with the sack of presents, presumably. Man, this was fun. I'm so glad you had the experience you did watching this. Like you said, there's something to be, I think, applauded when it was woven throughout the show. That's pretty cool, and it was just very campy entertainment. And I really hope all the kids that were watching are okay after this. This was so ridiculous and over the top, but I think it worked.
Yeah, I agree. And it was the second straight year of Jolly Old Saint Mick being involved in a different capacity. They advertised him directly in 2011. I don't think he was commissioner. He was doing something else, but he was there, and he's the one that put it together, and he set up that match. And then in 2012, he just was Santa, which I think is pretty cool.
Great call. Former TNA superstar Mick Foley. He just seems like a great dude. I love his beliefs and leanings, and this is just a very pro Mick Foley podcast here. And his Infringement.
And his fanaticism with Christmas, which is really cool. Yeah. He legitimately is a professional Santa Claus. So to have him on those shows is pretty cool as Santa, because he's very protective of his side gig, if you will. He did not want to do a lot of the spots. I did hear him on his pod talking about the Mr. Sacco Christmas stocking thing. He didn't want to use Sacco as Santa. It was his idea to use the stocking, I believe, and he really didn't want to come out as Santa at all. But he was talked into doing it, which I think is cool, because it was a great look. If it wasn't for the way he was walking, and if I didn't hear him speak or anything, I wouldn't have known it was him. There's no chance I would have known it was him outside of a wrestling context. If I saw him in a mall, I would think he was a great mall Santa. But in that space, it was pretty clearly Mick Foley. That gait is unmistakable. The side lean, it was Mankind like the whole way down.
One of a kind.
Absolutely great. So for these 8 nights of street fights, these Miracle on 34th Street fight breakdowns, at the end of them, we're asking you to go donate to a charity. Tonight, we're asking you to go donate to the Southern Arizona Food Bank. You can find them online in various different methods. If you have a food bank near you, please donate to them. We would just like you to go out of your way and help others this holiday season, rather than shilling for 19 Media or having you go buy our own merch or go to our socials. Please go to a charities, find them, find out how you can help, find out how you can volunteer, get involved, and help out this holiday season. As always, thank you for spending your time with us. Merry Christmas, and we hope you'll join us on night 3.